Jessica, and today's video is a Memorial Day video. So it's going to be a Memorial Day inspired look as a way to say thank you for your service. So I'm going to do a red, white, and blue look because in my family we have Army, Air Force, Navy. It's the whole 9 yards, okay? And then I'll talk about it a little bit while I do this. So I'm just going to do red, white, and blue for my eyes. I've already done everything else except for the lips, you know. And I ain't even touching the eyebrows, y'all. I mean, I still haven't been to my eyebrow lady since the stores have opened. So I'm not even sure if she's even open yet because of, you know, gotta get kind of close to somebody when you do their eyebrows, but I'm definitely gonna go find that out tomorrow. So I'm not sure. I've got 3 palettes in front of me. I've got the Urban Decay Elements, I've got the Cara Beauty palette, the Free Spirit Wild Heart, and I've got the Color Pop palette that Barbara gave me. So I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna do red, white, and blue. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with a light blue. Give me a little fluffy brush here. So I myself, I've grown up in the military. Okay, so I was born in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. My dad was in the Army. My mom also served. She worked for the consulate for a while. And for us as kids growing up, it was a lot of moving. We moved a lot. And so we were stationed in North Carolina. We were stationed in, I'm not sure. I was really little. I know that we were in Heidelberg when I was about 5. I can remember that. I think it was like 4 or 5. And then, so I think I'm just a little bit more. So I have uncles. I have an uncle on my mom's side. He served. And then my grandpa. Then a lot of, I think 2 uncles on my dad's side. I think they both served. My dad was in the Army. So I was born in North Carolina, Fort Bragg at Womack Hospital. And shoot, let me see how I'm going to do this. I'm going to get me a little darker blue here. Outer corner. And most likely I'm going to cut a crease. This is the Sapphire from Urban Decay. I like that. The light blue was from Color Pop. So we were stationed in Heidelberg, and then we moved back, Heidelberg, Germany. We moved back, and we basically lived on the West Coast. We moved back to North Carolina, and we lived in Sampson County at that point. Then after that, we went to Maryland, stayed up in Maryland on the base. And after Maryland, we ended up going to Berlin again, Germany, Berlin, Germany. I went to the Berlin American High School. We stayed there the longest because when you're in the military, you do move a lot, and it's kind of hard because you can never really say, well, I've grown up with this person and know them all my life, you know. That's just not how it goes. So there's that so far. Now, I'm going to cut my crease just a little bit for the red and the silver. Well, white, silver. Okay. I'm trying to make this as easy as can be. I always try to do that. First off, I like it easy. I don't like it to take too long. And second off, I like it if people would like to, and I got hooded eyes, but if people would like to copy my look, that would be really cool. So I take this age rewind and I do it because it's very light. And I basically only use this for cut crease. I don't use it as concealer because I try not to use concealer. I'm 18B45. I don't really want to use a lot of concealer. And I put it on really lightly because I don't want it to look splotchy. I don't do thick cut crease. If you don't let it dry down correctly, It'll look really, really splotchy when you put your shadow on top of it. So, and I only do this so that the color will grasp very good and stay on it a good minute. Just a little bit here on the side. Yow. Okay, so I think that's good now. Okay, so now I'm going to take, I need a red, like a red, and I don't have a red. Oh, actually I might. Let me see what this palette here has. Oh, yeah, I got one. I got like, oh, I can't wait until I get my beauty room, guys. Let's see if this Glam Light Cake palette has a decent red. Oh, well, here's a pretty one. All right, so let me get this packing brush here. Just swipe it off. And I'm going to take the red velvet and I'm going to do it here at the front. Ooh, look at that pigment, y'all. So growing up, you know, your dad is always like my dad. He would have to go to the field. He was in the airborne, and he's actually retired now. He was a chief warrant officer, the third, and he did. Going in the military is a big thing. It's not only that you get called to war and stuff like that. He had to go to Korea for a little while, but it's not just that. It's there's a lot of sacrifice in it, like not just with those kids moving and stuff, but you also they kind of have to put their brains on like I wouldn't say like time out or anything, but kind of like it has to be just directed towards the job sometimes. So they would leave the field for like 30 days. He went to Korea and we stayed in North Carolina and waited. He did that. I think he was gone for a year. So there's a lot of sacrifice when it comes to that. They do get a lot of benefits, but then I remember when I was in Berlin and we went to the military school and I did ROTC and all that stuff. I do remember at one point, you know, the Desert Storm was happening. Okay, I'm gonna put some of this on my bottom too. I'm gonna line up the red, white, and blue at the top and the bottom, so I'm gonna kind of go like that. Don't want to do too much over there. Okay, so I took the white from the Cara Beauty, that one. I'm glad I didn't ruin it. I thought I was going when I did. Okay, I'm done with the red too. Oh, actually, I'm not done with that. Let me put that on my bottom. My bottom too. If it doesn't work too good, I still got my jumbo pencil from NYX. No, that doesn't work too good. I'll still try to put a little bit over here, and then I'll just do some of my jumbo pencil with NYX. I gotta smoke that out somehow. But anyways, so when they went to the Desert Storm, it was like a big thing. We couldn't like really talk a lot when we went on the economy because it would show that we're American, and if we were American, you know, it was a threat to us that we would get hurt from civilians. So we just kind of flashed our ID cards to get onto the bus. Our houses, we had a lot of bomb threats in our school, and our military housing was watched. They had guards, and it's freezing in Germany in the wintertime, and they would walk around with their machine guns and uniform all around our apartment building, and they did it for each and every apartment building at that time. It was so dangerous. And our schools got canceled a lot because of bomb threats, and we also had military watch posts with tanks in front of our school. So yeah, it was a pretty rough time. We had I remember we had like this thing at school when you picked out a name, and when you picked out a name, it was a name from a soldier, and you could be pen pals with them, and I was always down for that, so I had a pen pal. I don't remember his name. But there's a lot of pros about growing up overseas in a military family is that you do learn different languages. So I can speak, read, and write German. fluently. Um, and you do get a good social kind of like, you know, getting out there and being social, like with people and seeing a little bit of the world. So I guess, you know, it does have a lot of pros. I'm just gonna try to just smoke that red over there so it's not too harsh of a line. Okay, and I'm going to do my liner and my mascara, and I'll be right back. Oh, and another thing. So, well, I got this, the NYX white pencil and just kind of put it there and on the inside a little bit. And I did go back into the Cara Beauty. She's got these little pressed glitters, and I put it on top of the ColourPop silver that I had. And you really just have to just touch it, and you'll get enough to lightly do it. I used the red lip gloss from Believe Beauty. And I love their lip gloss. So it's kind of like not out there stealing the vibe from the eye look. But, you know, Tracy was in the Marines, and him and my dad was in the Army. So him and my dad, they always make jokes with each other. Like my dad calls him Swabby, and he calls my dad a mud puppy. So, you know, they kind of got their jokes for themselves. There's a lot of cool military. They used to have a lot of pool parties at the pool. And when I was a little kid, I would think it was like at a swimming pool or a pool bar or a pool table. And it's just where their vehicles and stuff gets repaired is like the pool. And anyways, I do miss shopping at Afies grocery stores. I know I'm not too far from Savannah. They got a barracks down there. I haven't been to a barracks in years. Anyways, guys, I hope you like my red, white, and blue look. I'm not exactly sure how it looks with my eyes closed, but I did the best I can do. And for anybody who's out there in the military, has family in the military, excuse me, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for your service. Because when I think about all the places that I've been and seen, I lived in Europe for about 23, 24 years, and I moved back, and we really, really have it easy over here, and we have a lot of freedom over here that a lot of other countries don't have. So, just keep that in mind. You know, nowadays we can be with who we want to be. We can think and say what we want to say. Of course, everything has consequences, but not in that way. Um, you know, and we just really have it really, really good. Some people just don't realize that. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Happy Memorial Day.